the videos of the open mics, and if you're ready, Tiffany, Burba-Schramm, right?
Yes, thank you. This is my plug for my chapbook, so all the proceeds will go to help support David Meltzer coming here. So, please buy it. So thank you very much for having me. This is quite an honor. I've been writing since about 2009, so not a long time, but long enough, I guess. So this first poem is basically my response to the last poem I'm going to read tonight, called The Last Love. So this poem is called To Love You Like This. I don't have the words to say I can love you like this. Like the sky falls and my world crashes every moment I'm away from you. Like food becomes only so that I can live another day to love you. Like I want to know you so completely that even God asks me to help you. Like without me, this beautiful, messy, sometimes tragic life would be beyond reproach. I don't have the voice to say I can love you like this. That I would place my heart in the pit of hell, walk on coals, and fire burning my body to keep you from one moment of pain. That I would take you to the brink of destruction just so I could let you feel the mightiness of this love. That I would surrender all my memories of past loves so my heart, my mind, and my body knows only you. I don't have the heart to tell you I can love you like this. Like I hear the heartbeat within your chest and mine changes course to beat in rhythm with yours. Like I wish the babies I kissed each night were the ones we created. Like I wish every word I write is only from your inspiration. That my body only knows how to please you. I don't have the right to love you like this. And this next one's a very short one. I happen to love blueberries, so this was based on a very good memory. So it's called Blueberries. A perfumed explosion of blue covers my tongue, floods my thoughts with memories of summer, my first taste of blueberry vodka on a picnic bench sitting next to you. So this, told you it was short. If Brittany can come up, my daughter Brittany's going to sign on this one. This won't have to be about her. This was written about 2 weeks before she was born. If she sees her mom, she freaks out. So it's called Visions of the Future. So I wake to the sound of Sophia talking. She doesn't form words yet, but her sounds are songs played to my heart. She is happy, growing and thriving in her mother's care. My home is filled to the top with love and baby stuff. Love rushes out the door and nurtures the sunflowers that grow in the garden. Sophia will play here one day. She will help me plant the seeds, water and care for them. She will learn that we have a connection to the sunflower. It is who we are. The sunflower represents strength, generosity, giving, beauty, and love. Sunflowers hold within them all that is needed to flourish in life. Love for the earth, the sun, the rain, and the orange moon of August that illuminates the flower petals of the darkest of night. Sophia, you are a sunflower because your mother is, I am, and your great-grandmother was. We are strong, love until our last breath, and nurture and care for those around us. Even the weeds need the love and support from us. Even weeds can grow with our love and compassion. It will not be easy for you. The burden is large. But your mother is here to guide you. I am here to show you the beauty that resides within you, teach you how to nurture the weeds. You will be the most beautiful sunflower of us all, for you hold the spirit of the mighty sunflowers that flourished before you were born. Never be afraid of your strength, compassion, and your ability to see the good in others. It is within your eyes that others see the beauty within themselves. This is your gift to the world. Share it, care for it, so that when you have a daughter, you can teach her the ways of the sunflower. second called Hands. These hands that write this poem are not mine. They are hers. As I age, they turn more and more away from my own into what I remember hers to be. It's a daily reminder I am her daughter, a consistent reminder of strength living too much. My daughter does not have my hands, does not hold the burden within them. All that mine hands are scarred with, hers are not. This was not by accident, but intentional. Her hands are soft with long fingers. She speaks to those who cannot hear with her hands. They are graceful, loving, and full of promise. As I look to my hands, turn my palms up to the sky, I realize within mine I hold the strength of my mother and the grace of my daughter. And this next one is the worst thing I've ever done. Watch out, you guys are going to be shocked. I asked for 2 cups of tartar sauce when I only needed 1. To limit my guilt, I dipped my fish and chips in both of them. This gave the appearance I needed and used them both. My fear of running out of this delicious condiment far outweighed my guilt. Sorry, that was once kind of silly. So I don't know, does anybody know the Blue Monk that used to be on Belmont? Does anybody there? I do too. Well, it's no longer there.
I know. All the good things come to an end.
They do. So this is called The Ghost of the Blue Monk. The ghosts of poets, performers, and musicians pace back and forth on Belmont. They stop and pause for a single moment in front of the spot where the Blue Monk used to be. A single tear falls from one of the poet's eyes. I sit across the street at the Utopia Cafe and shake my head in disbelief. Are these images real? Or had the previous night's whiskey clouded my sense of reality? It dawns on me that I have seen these faces before. These are the poets, singers, bass and trumpet players whose pictures align the stairway to the basement of the Blue Monk. They are lost, only wandering the space that is most familiar. I cautiously walk over to them. They seem shocked that I can see them. I try the door to the building. I turn the knob and am surprised when it opens. I pull the door open as dust creates a tickle in my throat. I lead the lost souls into the vacant building. They hesitate. I reassure them, it's okay. I turn to the right and pause for a moment to reflect upon my own memories. I have seen poets perform on that stage. I have watched my brother belt out sweet melodies on his saxophone. In that moment, I realize I have lost something too. I lead the artists down the stairs. One by one, they lead back into their paintings hanging on the wall. I continue down the stairs and enter the main room of the basement. I sit down at the piano and plunk out Heart and Soul, because that's the only song I know. I pretend to order a whiskey at the bar in the back of the room. I close my eyes and recall the packed room when Professor Gall played. I sit down at the table in front of the room and write my last poem entitled, The Ghost of the Blue Monk. I close my eyes once again and remember the time Nathan and I read on that stage, drank whiskey, ate dark chocolate, and wrote. I can still hear the sound of the man playing the piano. I walk back up the stairs and turn to take one last look around. The ghost of the Blue Monk winked at me as if to say thank you. A single tear falls down my cheek. So long, I say, as I shut the door behind me. So this next one, Nathan Tompkins was going to be here, and he wanted me to read this for him. I read it before. I read it in New York. I read it at Ghost Town, but he wanted me to read it, so he's going to have to watch it again on video. It's called I Hoard My Sister on the Bar. It's a joke told at a bar in New York City. My sister and brother laugh as I tell them my affection for the doorman, my love of the dark men that are here. It's like a buffet is handed to me after being starved. We cheers to my 42nd year. Even the gorgeous man comes to wish me a happy birthday. My sister snaps our pictures as he willingly poses with me. He knows I have the goods. He knew I had it the second I turned my back to him. We continue to drink. I declare, I ignore myself. My brother is only amused because he is shit-faced. He chuckles, I hoard my sister out in Harlem. The buzz from the drinks, the laughter from the pot brownies sends us into uncontrollable hysterics. I can laugh because I know my brother and sister would never do this, never sell me on the streets for cash. It's always an option when you have an ass like this. I am the one Sir Mix-a-Lot sings of, the baby's got back, the implants are modeled after my junk in the trunk. I would do fine on the streets of Harlem. It's funny to think about me being 42, skin-tight booty shorts, my brother and sister sitting in the car with tinted windows, their gold skis shining from the light of the Harlem moon. So, most of you who have seen anything on Facebook know that I absolutely love the moon. I love photographing the moon. But sometimes the moon goes missing, and it's devastating, and I look for it. But this next poem is called The Moon is Missing. This is from August 20th. She looked up to the sky for the fourth night in a row. Still the moon was missing, even on the clearest of summer nights. She looked to the ground as the leaves fell from the trees. Acorns lined the walkway around our old high school. All she could do was think about the moon. The sky was no longer bright, only little lights from a few stars. And she consulted her friends. Some had seen him, others had not. She feared he was truly missing, covered by the gray clouds of autumn. And this is the last one I'll read for the first half. And then second half, my son Bryce will play guitar, so you don't want to miss that. This is called Not Even His Heartbeat. He knew what she was doing as she placed her hand upon his chest. He didn't speak right away, but removed her hand and placed it by his side. He didn't want her to feel what he was not willing to say. Didn't want her to know that just being in a room with her made his heart race. She already knew he needed her, but was not ready to give it to their passion. He would continue to deny that she was real, that she could love him on a level very few even know exists. She was so intoxicating, so open as she lay her vulnerabilities in his hands. She asked for nothing, has nothing with him, not even the feel of his heartbeat below her hands. Thank you.
We'll take about a 10-minute break and then I'll invite Tiffany back up for the second half.